Hi, I'm John Redden, and welcome back to the JEA CSR Refresher. Now, today we're going to look at some ideas that may look like brand new stuff, but you're going to find out the deeper we dig, you're going to realize that you already have some of this knowledge and some of these skills, but we're going to lay over a new way of looking at it that may call it up faster and help you be more effective when these difficult callers call in. Back in the 60s and 70s, there is actually an MD, a psychiatrist named Stephen Cartman, who did a lot of work in what's called Transactional Analysis TA. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. He has a website out, and you can go study deeply about this. But every communication interaction is a transaction, something going back and forth between you and someone else. Now, back at this time was probably the heyday or the getting rolling time for daytime soap operas. Now, these daytime soap operas are like TV dramas. And I think out of that, we got this big notion that, hey, it's not just TV drama. Every day we have drama. And some of this drama we find our kids bring home from school. Just today is the first day of school in Madison County. Tells you what day I'm shooting on. And I have a niece who is now a senior at Madison and a sister of hers who is a freshman at Madison. So it's really going to be fun to watch how this year plays out. But the senior has become a master, and I'm real proud of her for this, staying out of social drama. Staying away from it. And she always says, I just don't get into drama. I don't like drama. I stay away from drama. And she's had a fun high school time. And a lot of it's because she has chosen a path like that. Now, Cartman has developed an idea around this drama we experience. He calls it the drama triangle. Now, let me explain what these 3 points mean. Somebody calls in and they're yelling, screaming, whatever they do, and they have a problem with that box, or they have a problem with that cost or that fee or whatever it happens to be, and you fall into one of 3 roles. You're either the persecutor. If you remember in training, I talked about a friend of mine just up the street from where we had training, where long time ago he shared honestly how he became the persecutor when somebody called in his previous business, and he just yelled back at him. You can understand how that failed. Now, if you choose not to yell, you're liable to become what's called the victim in the triangle. The victim in the triangle, well, if you get really anxious and really depressed, you're probably finding yourself in the victim role. You're thinking, what can I do? How can I get out of this? I can't think of anything I can do. This is overwhelming me. So that's not so good. That's sort of like the persecutor is a one-up position. The victim is a one-down position. Now, you notice there's another one-up position called a rescuer. But keep in mind, that sounds better, but this is all about drama. If you're the rescuer, then you overproduce. You go after it, you try to fix everything, mend everything, perfect everything, make it all go away, make them feel better, as though that's all they need to know. So that creates drama, that spins drama, that keeps drama going. It doesn't solve the drama because next time they call in, they're going to look for the rescuer. Hey, last time you helped me. Last time you cured everything. And this time you're thinking, I think there's something the caller needs to learn, and the caller doesn't want to anymore because they've either been yelled at by the persecutor, won over on the victim, or been saved by the rescuer. So if you get trapped in this, how on earth do you get out of it? Well, one way, and a really good way, is to think about what's called the winner's triangle. I like to call it the power triangle. And this power comes from your influence, like we talked about before. Now, what happens here, the same caller calls in, they're all angry and they're all mad, and they don't like, something's wrong with the box, something's wrong with the fee, something's wrong with their electricity or their water. And you respond in a different way. You respond assertively. Rather than trying to get one up, you just stay with them. Remember, assertive, and Cartman talks about assertive in the way we talked about it in this one regard, which is being completely honest without any intent to harm, no harm done, no name calling, nothing. Now, if you look at the other corner over there, it's called caring. Caring is the high-level, intense listening skills and the high empathy skills, which we all bunch together in what assertiveness is all about. And he separates these out in the way he looks at them. Actually, this winner's circle, or what I call the power circle, is actually a derivative and a change of the drama circle. These ideas have been out for decades, so more great minds have gotten around this. So, this caring idea, this assertive idea, helps you respond because you know when you call, two things are happening. You're vulnerable. You're in a vulnerable position, right? You know, you're there to hear all this stuff, and it's not yours, it's not personal, but you're vulnerable to have to hear it rather than hang up. Now, recognize at the same degree you're feeling vulnerable, they're vulnerable, okay? And as they're vulnerable, their defense mechanisms are flying all over the place. It comes out like anxiety and anger and sometimes rage. We talked about that some in emotional intelligence when we talked before. That this vulnerability is good for you to pick up in yourself and them. And the way to stay out of that part of the triangle is assertiveness and caring. Now, something interesting happens. As you are assertive and caring, remember the rescuer who would let the call end and the customer is no more intelligent than they were before? The assertive caring operation in the power or winner's triangle really helps educate the customer emotionally. Sir, I can hear that you're very angry. And that connection is made and that education is done. And here's what you can do to help yourself. Here's what you can do next time to make this thing work. Or you're doing just the right thing and I can help you. Either way, they come out with emotional intelligence bumped up and just intellect bumped up. They've learned new things and how to apply them. And you've facilitated that in the winner's circle, or what I like to call the power circle. Now, next time we're going to talk about this. We're going to lay over a little bit more meat on it, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. If you're vegetarian, we're going to lay some of that good legume protein on it, and we're going to work a little deeper into the emotionality of it and just deepen the understanding. And this is going to come from a real interesting book I've been reading on leadership. I think you'll find all this interesting. Now remember, the anti-burnout. Here we are in August. You've had a lot of months this year working very hard, doing great work, obviously. And if you remember, at the end of the day, any day that you can come up with, just give yourself a couple of minutes to kind of massage your day and encourage yourself with 3 things that you've accomplished, and 1 thing you desire to do the next day, and how you're going to go about doing it. It really does refresh the mind and helps you realize, hey, I am doing something every day. I am accomplishing something every day. And it helps me to fight my burnout, the potential for that. And even falling into the victim or rescuer role. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's helped you a great deal. And sure look forward to next time. And by the way, congratulations to Jackie for winning that coffee card on the 2nd time. And stay tuned. Maybe we'll have something else fun like that. All right, we'll talk to you next time. Thanks.